Practices, of course. Everybody's had their practices, so it's now back-to-back racing. We're all on for the rest of the day. Straight into it at the moment. Real time coming up towards 11:45, and the few races left to go. I'll tell you what, this day warming up, unbelievable to think that it's, sort of already a twilight time, mid to late April, and what a glorious day. This is the kind of weather that you just love, a very comfortable temperature out there, and looking out for the racing. There we go, the 125 boys bursting it out, busting it out, and there we are, look at that, the Cooper Phillips challenge coming up in this Robinson Prestige sponsored race, so Cooper on for the challenge. Can he match it though? We're about to find out. Cooper Phillips, Seth Morrow. Seth got the advantage. Cooper back there. Jaden McKenzie in on the hunt along with Aidan Hall as well. Finn Lennox up there with Archie McCullum. Harrison Reichenbach along with Declan Piper. As all these guys set the pace and set the rules for what racing here is all about. So going for it, you champions, and superb to see. Just taking an opportunity to try and see if we can fine-tune some of our microphones here today. Love it to be a little bit clearer for that podium. Thought it was going to work a treat down there. And I said that's where we had the podium a number of years ago, but in fact we actually had it on the other side of that walkway, and it was much clearer over there. But anyway, that's something we can do now. All right, keen to look out here at the moment. Seth Morrow on the 100 points. He's won everything so far. 25, 25, 25, 25. Jaden McKenzie in second place on 84 points. Go to Cooper Phillips sitting in third on 82 points. Back to Aidan Hall on 72. Got Ollie Corbin in there on 60. Going to 59 for Finn Lennox. In seventh place, Harrison Reichenbach on 53. So there's only 6 points there. If we go back a further 6 points to Dalton Manson. Max Pagan in on 46. And in 10th place, Declan Piper on 42. I talked to Declan. He gave me a hand here on Thursday setting up. I said, where do you want to be for the weekend? He said, top 5, top 8. So he's a little bit outside of that at the moment. So come on, Declan. Love you to get up and do a little bit better. Of course, his father in racing, one of our greatest of all time, winning a number of junior titles, and also, of course, winning our New Zealand Supercross, actually in juniors at the time, beat a kid called Chad Reed, and did some very good racing over his period of time. Two junior titles, I think, from memory, for him. So some cool history. Declan's dad, Sean. So here we are now looking to kick it out of the ballpark. There we are, way to race again, 94. Then looking out, 112, coming on, Jaden McKenzie. Here's Jaden coming, Jaden's putting the pressure on. So 717 now for Jaden McKenzie. Up there with the battles that are going on. Can he pick up that race pace? He would love to. He's been doing exceptionally well this weekend. Remembering he's in front. Those two riders separated by 2 points. What will happen if they finish the other way round? In fact, no, in this order, that'll be a tie. It'll be a tie. Who's going to win the countback? We'll have to find out afterwards. So who's going to win the countback? We'll try and do that. We might try and do that now. So we look at 22, 22, 22, 2020. In fact, If there is a countback, it will be Jaden. It will be Jaden McKenzie that would win the countback. Will it? No, 3 22s versus 2 22s. No. In fact, sorry, it will be Cooper. It will be Cooper. There you go. So it's based on who's got the highest number of best results. So when you're ever looking at a points tie, who wins, you look at the highest number of best results. So how many of them had a win? None of those two had a win. How many of them had a second place? And that will be Cooper having 2 of them and Cooper having 3 and Jaden having 2. So it doesn't matter that Cooper's had the poorer result. He's been the more consistent in getting the better result. So that's what you call the countback. It's been a great system. We've had in New Zealand for about, well, all of the 40 plus years that I've been involved in. It's never been altered, never been challenged. It is the best system. And in fact, I know that the FIM used a slightly different system, and we were in Australia in 2018 when we saw Lottie van Druin, the young Dutch supergirl, become 4th in the world on the 65. If we'd had the same countback system using in New Zealand, she would have become number 3 in the world. So I've always felt, well, I thought that she was more deserving of that placing than the other rider. So well done to what we call the countback system, all laid out for you, of course, in the MNZ MOMS, as we call them, Manual of Motorcycle Sport. So check it out. It's the countback. That's when you get when 2 people tie. I remember seeing at Taupo, we had a North Island Champs at Taupo once, and we had 3 riders tied at the end of the racing. And we went for the results, and the 3 riders were exactly perfect. One rider had, how many riders had 1? All 3 of them. How many riders had 2? All 3 of them. How many riders had 3? All 3 of them. So they each got a first, second and a third all mixed up. So every race was a slightly different order for the top 3 at the end. And the win then, and only then, was decided by the result of the last race of the day. So the first, second and third at the end. Called the countback system. Very fair and just way to doing it. I know a number of the clubs that operate outside of MNZ also using that same method to score. Others have their own method, nothing wrong with that. But certainly this method has proved to be very fair. And so there we go. That's the update that we can have at the moment. So that would be Cooper. If he can hold on to that second place, he will take the number 2 NZ out of Jaden, with Seth to be there in first place, of course. Can he go on to be unchallenged? He's gone past. He wasn't in the lead earlier on, but he's got to the lead. And he will be the first champion of the weekend to retain his title. We've got Karadiana, and we've still got as well, of course, Hannah. They are also reigning champions. So we've got 3 reigning champions with a chance to defend their titles from 2023 New Zealand Junior Champs at Moto South in Invercargill, and to 2024 at AFC Motorcycles here at Flips Moto Park. Well, when you're out and about on the roads of the Manawatu around the country, you see the Flips transport vehicles out there. Some of them are blue, others are red. And when you see Flips up there, you can say, well, you've been to their operation, as Mark operates both the transport firm and the farm as well. So a dual operation here on this highly productive organic farm, feeding Capity Dairy with their quality organic dairy supplies for their quality products. You might have heard of them, Capity cheeses, Capity milk and the like. So bring it on with Capity, the organic farm, supplied proudly here by Flips Organic. All right, 1, 2, 3, here we are. We're on at the moment. It's getting closer. Tell you what, Seth moving out. Seth's got that advantage. Isn't he good? Right up here at the top. Seth Morrow completely in control, looking back that fight, second, third, because Jaden needs to know, and this is where the pit board, you've got whoever's working the pit board for Jaden McKenzie, he's got to overtake him, because back in third, he'll only end up third. If he goes and gets second, he will end up second. So this is where the pit board tells it. And then the pit board, of course, for Cooper at the moment, must hold for second place if he wants to be number 2 NZ as well, to go with his number 1 NZ. He won on 85cc racing in Invercargill last year. So that's where the pit board comes into its own. I can't reiterate enough. In New Zealand, we're very shy on using pit boards. They are a real must. I tell you what, they're almost as important as putting gas in the tank or boots on your feet. So got to have the pit board, got to have the opportunity to use it. I used to carry one around with me, and I remember going to a particular event, and somebody yelled out quickly, "Neil, have you got your pit board? We've lost ours." I quickly grabbed it out of the van and let them borrow it. And I don't know if I could go to my van now and find the board, actually. I don't think it's there where it used to. I used to take it behind my toolbox. But yeah, there was always that one. You always needed them. and a good opportunity. You want to see the people that do top-level road racing, how they use pit boards. They are, some of them are almost electronic in comparison to what we do in moto. And as we mentioned, people not using them anywhere near enough as they should be. Now, a rider is isolated. They're on their own. They're concentrating on 1,005 things at the same time. You know, have they got the right gear? Are they in the right position? Are they ready for the next corner? Are they got their body position ready for the jump and then for the landing? Are they ready to preload or pre-jump? You know, what are they doing? There's so many things going on in their mind, and all of a sudden, just to think of where they are and what they're doing is a little bit extra. So do that thinking for them, and then you're forming that real bond and that real team. And I love it watching AMA Supercross is my favourite, to see the guys with the pit board, the managers out there with their headsets on and those pit boards going. None of them, a lot of them have got a bum bag, of course, with some of those elementary tools on board, but you'll see the pit board and what they're doing and how they're putting it out to their rider. You watch it closely. I love the work of the pit board, and had done a little bit of it in supporting the boys from years gone by, but there you go, the pit board, a vital relationship tool in the racing of these dudes. All right, Seth to go along with Cooper, along with Jaden. They're doing it at the moment. We're likely to see Seth. He's proved immaculate, and he'll be the second rider today, to win a title by winning all 5 races, following on from Nico to do that on the 85s. So looking out for Seth tomorrow. Once again, he could be one at this stage of 5 riders in our classes that could be riders that win the titles by winning every race of the day. So keen to look out for this one. Seth Morrow in control in front on that CML supported gas MC125. So go Seth Morrow as we look out for the race result. Seth in there. Then looking back to the next bike fight, Cooper going on there, and Jaden. Yeah, counting those laps through, all important, and keeping an eye on the race lead. Still the 94 going with Seth Morrow at the moment. Seth for the charge. Will there be a late change? We'd like to find out, but don't predict it at this stage as we look out for the other boys. So going with the 94. Go 1-1-2 and smashing out of the park as we look to Cooper. I'll tell you what, he's now been able to pull away a little bit from Jaden. Jaden got a little bit too close last time. Hopefully it was a pit board that gave him the signal about keeping on the push. So well done there, those margins, and the margin's quite important at the moment, and particularly that second to third to give Cooper the advantage over Jaden at the moment. So Seth, he is 9.007 out in front of Cooper. He's a further 5.044 in front of Jaden, ahead of Aiton Hall, Finn Lennox, Ollie Corbin moving up then into 6th place. So our top 3 at the moment, and all in the hands. Just want to confirm my countback scenario. In fact, Jaden got second in the first 2 races, and then Cooper, my apologies, got second in the next 2 races, and if he gets second in this, that will make us 3rd second. So, yep, confirming the count back. We'll let the computer do a better job than our aging brain cells, but still an opportunity to see that it can finish up in that way. So looking out at the moment, Seth Morrow number 1, Cooper Phillips number 2, Jaden McKenzie number 3, and Jaden a real chance to be cemented as number 3 in Z. And what an awesome honour for that young man. I'll tell you what, on paper, you know, you had the Aiton Halls, you had the Ollie Corbins, you had the Delton Manson. They're all kids that have achieved higher results than Jaden, but Jaden's been on a real bust and a burst in his moto lately and putting in a pretty exceptional performance. So love to see what he's been able to do, and it just goes to show you it's never over till it's over. You know, the old fat lady things, you've got all those cliches, because Jaden McKenzie has been a little bit of an underdog compared to those other boys, and he's come out of their shadow and staunchly got that number 2 position after the first 2 races, and still a second going into this race, but maybe the 3rd in the end of it. But I surely hope he and the team will be super happy to be number 3 NZ. Nobody takes that off you, and it is an amazing accolade to go with you for the rest of your life. Been proud of anything like that. Right, keen to look out, white flag, and the last lap to go at the moment. So looking out for those boys. 112, 717, there they go. So the charge is on, and there's that margin. We'll do our own counting, 1001, 1002, 1003 and a bit. There we go between them. So it was out to 4 before. I think we've seen Jaden starting to put in a bit of effort. The pit board should be telling him now, give everything, and have a go for it. He's got to push. And it's not just a matter of overtaking. If you can just get him behind and push him, maybe you can find a weakness in Cooper and get Cooper to make the mistake and try and get past. So the pit board to tell it. And although Cooper holds on to that second, is he doing enough to hold on to it? Because we've seen him lose 1 second in the last lap and a half on what he'd held before over the race pace. Courtesy of Robinson Prestige, at home with quality new and used vehicles under quality brands like Audi, Skoda, along with GV special vehicles, of course, along with Chevrolet and Volkswagen as well. It is Robinson Prestige, and the Prestige name sounds it all, doesn't it? You find the mega motoring network on the corner of JFK Rangatiki here in Palmerston North, and see why such a big operation supports a great sport like motocross, and why people like young Charlie get the support of Robinson Prestige for his racing, and we thankfully in the club have it as well. And a massive thanks to Mike and the team behind him. Another quality sponsor with a quality event like the AFC Motorcycles New Zealand Junior Champs. All right, 1, 2 and 3 and all on at the moment as they go and give it all. And out here now for this final lap, looking out for the checkered flag time. And here we are for the win. How's that? There it is, the 94 to do it. Seth Murray goes all the way. And for that second place, will it be Cooper? Yes, it is. So Cooper, and look at that. I'll tell you what, Jaden right behind him. What was the margin in the end? What was 5 seconds and 4 when we counted before? I tell you what, that wouldn't have even been 2. Had to be less than that. What was the margin? 0.64. Tell you what, Jaden threw everything of that in the latter part of the motor. That was exciting, but well done. Seth Morrow wins 5 out of 5 and retains NZ number 1 for 2024. I tell you what, we're all going to remember Super Sunday here at the moment because might be a slip, slop and slap, folks. Be aware that the sun is out. Put the longs on this morning thinking how cool and fresh it was. Quickly got those off and the thermal layers gone. It's just a T-shirt day. How glorious is this? The sun comes out to shine here in the beautiful Manawatu for a fitting finale of this sensational event. 2024 Nationals to be remembered for a long time, and the first rider to win after winning from 2023 and now in 2024. We have Seth Morrow here to join us. First of all, Seth, personally, congratulations, mate. Well done. That's a nice smile. You deserve to smile.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Neil. It feels good to go back to back. Yeah, no, it's good to obviously end off my junior career in a high. Well, last junior national, sorry, but yeah.
Oh, absolutely wicked, mate. I can feel you catching your breath. Hey, the support of the CML Gas team has been next level since you moved to that team. It's taken your motocross higher and higher all the time. So it must be special to have a good team behind you.
Yeah, definitely. It's helped me improve so much over the last couple of years that I've been on the team, and moving up here up to Auckland, just like to get closer to everybody and to ride with those fast people. It's definitely helped me, and yeah, hopefully it's all up from here.
Right, hey, last year we raced at a place, your original home track called the Sand Pit. Now you've been on a sand track here, but they're contrastingly different kinds of sand. How have you found the difference between those two tracks for the last 2 years you've won the title?
Yeah, they're both different in their own ways, but sand, and I'm pretty comfortable in it. I've grown up riding it like my whole career pretty much, so yeah, no, it's good.
Right, indeed. Hey, where to from here? What are you up to? You taking a break? Have you been accepted to stay on to the team as a senior, or you're still going to be just finishing out your junior time? What do you know about in that space?
Yeah, it's all up in the air right now. We don't really know too much. Obviously, there's no really big events coming up right now. So yeah, I'll just continue to ride and train and get better, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hey, all the very best. You thoroughly deserve it, Seth. You can take some junior titles and even some mini titles, if I recall rightly, from years gone by as well. So well done for your very short time in our sport. Congratulations.
Cheers, Neil. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Most welcome. Round of applause. Come on, let's hear it. Seth Morrow. Well done. The 94, the CML Gas star coming in for a fantastic finale. Yes, indeed. He won last year on his home sandpit. He comes back to another sandpit this year and wins again. How dynamic to do that. 15 and 16. One it is a 15-year-old, now is a 16-year-old.